Hey, man, this is Colorado after all. People like to let loose a little bit. But, okay, what is the big story of the day? Well, Michael Malone, the former Denver Nuggets head coach, gave us some bulletin board material and really gave us our story of the day. He made his debut last night on ESPN, on the sideline, on the panel, talking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, about 6 weeks removed from being fired as head coach of the Denver Nuggets,
Just
of course.
6. It feels like it's been a year already.
Doesn't it?
And it's only been 6 weeks.
Like, when I sit here and I say David Adelman coached 3 regular season games, like, that doesn't,
That's
project
insane.
in my head.
That's insane.
Like, I'm like, no. Like, he coached 1 million games. Like, that's what it feels like.
Well,
at
it's
least.
because we kept going to Game 7s. We kept on going to Game 7, so it's like, dang, David Adelman's been coaching for a while.
My favorite stat about that is the Nuggets played 20 total games in their championship season in the playoffs, right? So it took them 20 games to win the NBA Finals. They played 14 games just to get through round 2. Obviously, they didn't get past it, but just to kind of put it all in perspective of where things are at. But, of course, it's the dust has settled a little bit for Michael Malone. We didn't get I think he put out a statement in the Denver Post, but we didn't get any video or audio. Like, this was our first time to see Michael Malone with our own 2 eyes. One, I thought he looked pretty healthy.
He did.
He didn't look stressed.
I liked the suit. He looked sharp in the suit. He didn't have bags under his eyes.
Yeah.
He did. He looked well rested, and he wanted people to know that he was okay. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. Is like, I'm alive and well.
Can we bring back suits in the NBA, by the way, for the coaches?
Oh, you like it?
Like,
That's
I
uncomfortable.
understand.
Come on, they're like
I
you're
understand.
sitting there coaching, and you want them to wear a tie. Like,
But the
that's
drip.
uncomfortable.
I mean, they look so good on the sidelines when they're in the suit. Like, you ever seen old pictures of Pat Riley from back in the day? I mean, I don't know. It just there's something about wearing the suit on the sideline that just maybe it's because of how I grew up watching the game. It just adds a little bit to it versus the jumpsuit. I don't know.
I mean,
look the part.
We're fans. It would be good to be able to watch the coaches wear their suits. But if you're the coach and you have this tight ass suit on, you can't put your hands up and say, "Hey, you might want to call a timeout," or you want to try to get in the ref's face. It's hard to do that when you have this tight suit on. You can't move.
I don't know. There's something timeless about it. It seems like with the COVID, this work from home led to sweatsuits instead of actual suits. This is my old man take of the day, and I do. Everyone tells me I'm an old soul, so maybe that's what's kind of speaking through the microphone right now.
I feel like I'm an old soul too. So
I don't know. There's nothing arms crossed, with all the players in their sweatsuits and the coach the authority figure. Point being.
So you're a guy that's looks over being comfortable.
What did Deion say? Look good, feel good, play good. Look good, feel good, coach good. Maybe if Michael Malone wears a suit, maybe he's still here. No, I'm playing with you on that, but. I don't know. It's for the vibes.
All right,
a little bit. For it. The aesthetic. But point being, Michael Malone last night on the 4-Letter Network, making his debut there as he looks for his next opportunity in the NBA. I also think Michael Malone could be darn good on TV or on the broadcast.
He did a really good job.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. But the big story of the day, Michael Malone anointing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as the league MVP. Obviously, we found out just about an hour ago that he is indeed the league MVP, so no surprises there. But last night, Michael Malone essentially crowned him, and that has got Nuggets fans and Denver sports fans kind of freaking out. We're going to play the soundbite. You tell me, did Michael Malone take a shot at Nikola Jokic with this soundbite?
You cannot come into this building and turn the ball over and expect to win. And obviously OKC's defense, that's what they do. They do it at an elite level. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he showed why he's the MVP. He took over in the second half, did so in a very efficient manner, and put the team on his back when they needed him to do so.
So,
shots fired.
Bit of a different, and here's why people think it's shots fired, though. Bit of a different tone than he had 2 months ago when he was still the head coach of the Denver Nuggets.
My thing is this, if you didn't know that Nikola won 3 MVPs, and I put player A and player B on paper, and you had no idea that the guy who's averaging a triple-double, the guy who's top 3 in the 3 major statistical categories, things that no one's ever done, he wins the MVP 10 times out of 10. And I get it, it's different for everybody. MVP, what it means for you might be different for what it means for Sean. Cool. And again, I'm not I will never negative recruit. Shai is not a good player, great player. And if he wins it, I'll actually, clap my hands and be happy for him because he's such a great guy who's a great player and who's good for this game. So it's not Nikola versus Shai. For me, it's me promoting my guy because I know what he means to this game. And when you look at it from a historical perspective, he's doing things that no one's ever done.
So the way that I would interpret it is the first bite we played is Michael Malone doing his job.
Doing
The
his
second
job.
bite is Michael Malone telling us how he really felt at the time.
But also, he said, like, he's promoting his guy.
Right.
That he's around 24/7. He's the coach of the Denver Nuggets at that time with Jokic. Like, why would you not promote your guy? Because Jokic had a phenomenal year. A 30-point triple-double is what my man had this year. He averaged. Like, yes, Jokic should win the MVP because of that. But we also know that SGA had a great year as well.
And you know what's funny about all that is I think when Michael Malone said it, I'm sure he didn't think about it. Like, I don't even think he was like, oh, this is going to go, crazy all over the internet for me saying this. Like, I think he's just, to what we said earlier, doing his job. And this is where we are now in the world of sports media of, you say anything that is remotely controversial that doesn't, line up with these narratives, and people go crazy.
Well, he's not the coach anymore.
Exactly.
He is not the coach. He doesn't have to sit here and just praise the Denver Nuggets. Now, like you said, Nilo, he's doing his job. The Nuggets are out of the playoffs. SGA is still in the playoffs. The Thunder did well last night. They were able to beat up on Minnesota. You're having this conversation on TV. I'm with you. I don't think that he's sitting there thinking, what can I do to make Jokic mad at me or take a shot? What he's doing is like, SGA, he's still a part of this. He's probably going to win it. And he had a great game, and he showed that this is why he's going to win the award. And maybe, I have a conspiracy theory, maybe someone like Michael Malone knew that SGA was going to win this award last night because it was something that was awarded to him today.
And whether he did or didn't know, like this was obvious. We knew at the beginning of March, middle of March, that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was going to be the league MVP. It almost felt like there was nothing outside of averaging, 60, 20, and 20 a game that Nikola Jokic could have done to push the MVP in his favor. It seemed like there was narratives. You had the four-letter network talking about it. You have the people with the relationships with SGA and his camp that are pumping it up on TV. This was, to a certain extent, midway through the season, a foregone conclusion.
Well, I will say this, Anila. There were times where I was like, okay, maybe Jokic is going to win the MVP again because he is putting up the stats. But then when he was missing games because of the injury and SGA was able to continue to play, I think that's where he kind of fell off of the race.
And I go back to Stephen A. I think he said this on First Take one day. Like, he kind of acknowledged, Joker's balling out, this, that, the other. And, then he would go scorched earth for 60 seconds or so. I'm not going to let what SGA's doing, get swept under the rug. Like, there is a narrative from the big wig NBA media to make sure that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the front runner and the eventual winner of the MVP award. Now, look, was Nikola Jokic deserving of the MVP?
Heck yes. Heck, if Jokic would have won this award, nobody would have been angry other than Thunder fans. Nobody would have been angry because of what that man did this year. Averaging a 30-point triple-double, that's some amazing stuff. But also what SGA did this year, too, it's like that's why – for me, it's like I'm not going to be upset if SGA won the award, which he ended up winning it today.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's interesting because people like to get up on their high horse and say, Nikola Jokic made you this, that, the other. And he did to a certain extent. I'm not going to deny that, without Nikola Jokic, Michael Malone is, maybe an average at best NBA head coach. Like Nikola Jokic and company helped take Michael Malone to this championship level. He's going to get another job eventually because of what he was able to do with Denver. But I also think it takes two to tango. And I understand that Nikola Jokic is an incredible player, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. But I think Michael Malone, was the guy that had to trust him. We talk about Michael Malone and hating to play young players. He played Nikola Jokic, a raw, doughy guy who couldn't jump, and it blossomed into this MVP-level player.
Another, when you have a great player and you have a really good coach, that's when you have a lot of success. And who I'm thinking of is Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. And yes, the players are the ones out there making plays. Players make plays, players win games. They're so important. But also you need a coach that believes in you and puts you in great situations. Throughout the years with Michael Malone trusted, Jokic and helped him when he can. And then Jokic did the same thing. Jokic helped Michael Malone. That's how it goes when you have a good chemistry with your head coach and a star player. And so they both helped each other out throughout their career.
Yeah, and I think it's unfortunate, and I'll be honest with you, I think there's a lot of Nuggets fans that, I don't know if bitter is the right word to use, but I think because the Malone firing was so unexpected.
Abrupt.
That's a good word to use. And I understand that there was, some section of Nuggets fans out there that wanted him gone for years. But I think a lot of people, when they saw Michael Malone on the screen last night, myself included, I'm not going to lie, I still almost think of him as the head coach. Like that disconnect hasn't fully settled in.
6 weeks
It just
ago.
doesn't. But like you see him on TV for the first time, you hear his voice again for the first time, and it was weird to see him in a suit, right? Like it really
Hold
was.
up now, no, you wanted the suit.
No, I like the suit, but I'm saying you're used to seeing him in his,
jumpsuit,
navy blue jumpsuit with the vest and this and that. Like it's like breaking up with a girlfriend almost. Like where it's like you're seeing him on TV and it's like I know this guy, but he's not mine anymore, and this and that. But point being, I cannot subscribe to the thought that Michael Malone was purposely taking a jab at Nikola Jokic.
But I will say this. When you go through a firing like Michael Malone, and for me it was saying, hey, you're done playing in the NFL anymore, nobody wants you, you're going to have some type of bitterness to the organization or to the league. And so for Michael Malone, maybe it was too early for him to be on TV. Like, you just got fired 6 weeks ago. The Nuggets just played the Thunder. And in that next series, you're going to be on TV talking about the Thunder. And you know that whatever you say about them, fans are going to be upset because you used to be the Nuggets coach.
And I don't think Michael Malone has any ill will towards any player in that locker room. I really don't. I think he likes Nikola Jokic. I think he likes Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr.